All right, here's the first video to start off my new project, which will be an in-scale shelf layout. These markers on the wall here, this painter's tape, will be the 2 levels that I plan to build. Below that first level, I will have another sub-level with a yard below. How these trains will transition from level to level will be strategically placed helix, probably in the corner there, or potentially over at the end when I move the TV and my stereo and some other stuff. I've had bench layouts before. Actually, I had one on this wall that folded up into that wall. And you know, they're just too big and it just kind of cumbersome. And so I wanted to kind of go with something that is a little more manageable and doesn't like take over the garage so much, because I do like to work on my mountain bikes out here, the cars, and just kind of tinker around, you know. All right, here we go. I got 4 of the brackets installed. I decided to go a more economical route with these brackets, but they do hold 100 pounds a piece. I kind of overdid it with 4 of them, so I should be definitely good to go on this particular shelf. I found my studs and definitely used my leveler to make sure all are ready to go. Next, we'll be transitioning along this wall. So the first phase of this in-scale project will be, this side is 6 feet, and we're gonna go by 8 feet on the lower level for now. Still level. All right, still level. But you know, this is part of you're doing projects, right? Sometimes it's good the first time, sometimes you gotta make adjustments. All right, here we go. I built the first deck. And what I'm trying to do now is that back side, I'm gonna lag that into the studs. And then on these brackets, I will screw into those brackets these cross members coming across. And then we'll make sure everything's good and sturdy. I'm also gluing all these edges because I am using 1x2 wood, just to make it a little bit stronger. And then I will place, I forget what they call these, but going in between to make the whole thing even stronger. All right, got the first deck screwed down. It's gonna be of the back into the studs into the wall. And then each of these comes out, I believe, 14 inches, 12 inches, screwed in the bottom, each of these. And believe it or not, this is sturdy. But I'm confident this is gonna work. And you know what, hey what? And if it doesn't, hey what? What am I even saying over here? If it doesn't, then I'll get wood that's a little bit bigger and do it. Still level. All right, that's what I've been doing it. Locating the studs, using the leveler here. And you know what, team? Just do what makes sense to you. Do your best. Have patience. Don't worry about what other people say or post. Oh, you should have done it this way. You should have done it that way. Although there are some good people who will offer some good advice, but the fact of it is, you know, most of us work full time and we come home and we want to get things done. And sometimes we want to do it our way, like an average guy. All right, I'm going to finish up this wall and then I'll catch you on the next phase.